So right now there's a gun to your head. You have to ask yourself, what are you going to do to make money to close the deal? I promise you, once you start thinking like that, you'll find a way to find a second person. How many leads are you generating your clients a month on average?
Maybe like 25. That's the whole problem.
How much do you charge?
$1,900 including ad spend.
Listen, you're getting
The major objection every time is, I just met you on the phone. I don't trust you. I'm not comfortable with paying you over the phone a $1,500 retainer right now. Let me think about it. Or let me talk to my wife, husband.
the problem that these people have is yo, what is going on, Agency Lab guys? Thank you so much for waiting for me. I had a phone call that I had to take. I hope everyone is having an amazing start to the month. It is quarter four, Q4, and let's go ahead, dive in, figure out what we need to do in order to make quarter four really the quarter for you guys to scale, to level up, to take the agency to a whole nother level. Alex already has his hands up. I love that, man. Dude, go ahead. You got the first question for the day.
What's up, Jared? I was wondering at your agency, how do you, how do you assign your client managers to each account and like how many accounts are underneath one client? And what are they doing every day for that client?
Dude, that's a loaded question. First off, how many clients do you have?
Right now we only got 7.
Okay. All right. Um, so do you have a client success coach already?
I don't think so, or I might.
Who's talking to the clients?
Oh, I got you. Oh, my bad. It's just me. I'm talking to all of them right now. But it's hard to balance all that and do the service delivery and everything else.
All right. How many sales calls are you taking a day?
I went from 0 to like 17,000 in a week. I'm currently trying to figure out fulfillment right now, so I kind of paused taking on any more clients. But I decided to white label the Facebook ads, and I'm trying to set up everything else. But I'm kind of new to all this.
Don't pause closing clients. Keep closing.
Okay,
Keep
because yeah, we were
closing.
booking like 60 something calls a week. We
Keep
were
closing.
booking.
I,
Okay.
I promise you, you'll thank me later. If you stop closing, you're gonna regret it. You're gonna come back on the call and you're gonna ask me how do we fix it. So keep closing deals, number one. Number two, you have a white label partner. Great. That's one thing that you don't even have to worry about. So now it's just about talking to clients, talking to 7 people. You could do 1 call a week, a check-in call. And you could save that for Saturdays. You could save that for later in the day after sales calls. But that's, a check-in call is 30 minutes long. That's 3.5 hours a week. With that being said, I think we can figure out some time to get that in and you not to being overwhelmed. Because right, you're offloading the ads and then all you're doing is checking calls. Am I missing something?
Yeah, so I just decided to white label the ads yesterday, because I feel like I guess I just don't know if I'm doing the right thing. So I was gonna white label this that part, help them out with the like the follow-ups here and there. Like, because I guess we'll generate leads. But I was gonna help them qualify the leads and reach out to all of them too. But I don't know if I should hire somebody else to do that for me.
Dude, I wouldn't qualify your client's leads. I would set the expectation with them that they need to do that. That's gonna bog you down. You're never gonna be able to scale if you are personally calling your leads. Now that's a cool exercise to do maybe on a check-in call, or something that you could do on a check-in call, something called smile and dial. We do it with our clients, we'll call leads with them and we'll see who gets the appointments first. So that's something you can do, but I wouldn't do that as like a service offering for your clients. It's too complex actually doing the work.
Okay, and then what about
Keep
for
it
your
keep it
clients?
keep it super simple, man. You're
Okay,
setting you're setting and closing appointments, and you have a white label partner running the ads, and then you have check-in calls every single week with your clients just to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do. It's not a customer service call, it's a check-in call to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to do in order to be successful.
okay, I got you. Yeah, no, it's really helpful. I just don't know if I'm keeping it too simple, or like I don't know, I feel like it's kind of lost, but that's helpful. And do you mind me asking like what services you offer for your clients at Estate AI? Is it mostly just Facebook ads for the delivery side?
Yeah, man. I mean, we offer Facebook, we have websites now, we have our coaching component, we have an inner circle upsell. Um, we have buyer ads, we have listing, we have a lot of services, but once again, we've added a lot of that stuff as we've grown. So I don't think it's something that, you would need to do right now. I think what you're doing, Facebook ads, giving them leads and checking in with them, that's all you need to do right now.
Okay, sounds good. I didn't know if I was doing too little. That's helpful. I appreciate it. I was gonna do like outbound and whatnot, but it's helpful,
You're
man.
good.
Thank you.
Keep it super simple. Dude, it's running an agency is very easy, especially in the beginning. All you're doing is doing checking calls and then focus 85% of your time setting and closing appointments.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Thank you, man. Appreciate it, Jared.
100%. Did I explain that correctly? Anything else you need clarity on?
No, I just felt like I was doing too little for my clients, so I felt like it's almost like
Hey,
cheating.
what
But
niche are
now
you
that
doing?
I help custom t-shirt printing businesses get more customers, so they
Lead
print
gen
t-shirts.
or through ecom paid traffic?
No, so it's a mix of it's an interesting business because it's like brick and mortar and also e-commerce.
What's the average order value?
Between like around 800, 1,000, 500 to 1,000.
800 to 1,000. Okay. And have you gotten any leads yet for any of your clients?
So I used to have my own business, so I've been just throwing them the clients that come to me, but those are just like organic searches within my area.
Mhm. Um, Dude, if you get a client 10 leads and they just close one of them, which is just 10% closing rate, if you had 10 leads for your custom t-shirt printing business, how many of those would you close?
Probably 6, 7, 8. I call them a lot though. I feel
Cool.
like I go harder than
That's
average.
that's potential $6,000 to $7,000 worth of value that you're generating for your clients. So, dude, you're doing everything that you need to do. It's your client's responsibility. And this is something that agency owners altogether need to realize. It's your client's responsibility to do what they're supposed to do, but it's your responsibility to make sure your clients know that's their responsibility. So if you're asking if you should be doing more, the only thing you should be doing, if anything additional as of now, is to hold your clients extremely accountable to doing what they're supposed to do.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Jared. That's very helpful. Appreciate it, man.
100%. Lewis, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Jade? This is kind of bouncing off of what you told Alex, but I made the mistake of stopping outreach. So I'm really trying to fix it now. So I was wondering if you had like any recommendations on that.
Yeah, man, good question. I mean, what were you doing before that worked?
I was doing cold email and LinkedIn outreach.
Okay. And how many appointments were you getting a day?
I was getting per day. I'm not sure per day, but about 5 to 7 per week.
Okay. And what are you doing now?
Right now, I have my emails in warm up, trying to get it started back up again. So 0.
What about LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, I'm also getting started back up. I got to get the account warmed up again.
Gotcha. And geez, is everyone else's phone going off right now? Just mine? All right, sorry, Lewis. I just got like national alert thing. All right, so dude, you know what you gotta do. You gotta get LinkedIn set up, gotta get your emails warmed up again, get back up to 5 to 7 book calls a day. I mean a week.
Okay, just like relaunch it.
Yeah,
Should I change anything about it or just leave it as it was before?
it worked before.
Sounds good. Fair enough.
Keep it stupid kiss method. Keep it stupid simple. The agency is super, super simple. The people that don't scale overcomplicate everything. Everything. Running an agency is very, very simple. Keep it stupid simple.
Okay, sweet. Thank you for your help, man.
Of course, man. If you need anything, post in the group, tag me. More than happy to help. Marcus, what's up, guys? If you have questions, go ahead, raise your hand. Any and all questions, whatever you may need to get if you're not satisfied where your agency's at, then your question should be, what do I need to be doing right now to level up to get to the next level? Just make sure you're raising your hands. If you're not asking questions, you're not getting value from the call, as much value as you should, and then you have no excuse as to why you're where you're at with your agency. Marcus, what's up, man? You're on the phone still. Gotcha. Wait, you're muted if you're trying to talk to me. Still can't hear you. You're muted, but we'll come back to you, man. All right. Anyone else have any questions? Let me check the chat. Turkel, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up? I mean, like, what's the top levels to pull just to get more appointments? That's a huge problem right now, I'd say. I mean, I'm starting paid ads again, but is the other stuff or just like paid ads? I know you're a fan of paid ads, so
Yeah, what are you doing right now?
cold email and then just reactivation campaigns, like straight up.
Cold
So
email. Okay.
yeah,
Um,
it's just not filling up the calendar how I wanted to.
yeah, how many clients do you have?
Like 12 or 13.
12 or 13. How much revenue are you guys generating a month?
Mm, It depends. Around, I would say 9K.
9K. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not charging them enough. That's a problem too.
And no, dude, that's fun. That's what I used to do in the beginning. I think it's important to generate momentum. Um, 9K. What's your what are your margins on that?
Oh, I sold something called AI SEO in a while. So, I mean, my margins are like, no, let's only talk Facebook. For Facebook, it's like I'm probably at 7K a month with 87% margins. I know my margins on the Facebook. So
So you're
I'm
making
profiting.
so
Yeah.
out of the 9K, you're making like 7K.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, cool. And are you running any ads?
Nope. I'm gonna start them again though.
What's your cost to live?
Nothing, like straight up.
Okay. Why aren't you running ads?
I don't know. It's just like it's because my fulfillment side is just kind of crashed down. I ran ads in the past, but then client fulfillment got messy. My retention rate not right now it's like 0. Everything I'm doing it's from straight sales to month. Like, so that's kind of why I'm not running ads because I know my lifetime value is only what I sell them for upfront. So I don't want to start running ads and signing people on when I know it's gonna kill the profits when my lifetime value is like
What niche are you in?
med spa.
Okay. Why
Yeah.
aren't clients staying on longer?
It's lead flow. I mean, it's just because bad results, like straight up.
What does that
Um,
mean? Do you ask them why they're leaving?
yeah, I mean, it's just because we're not, it's everything is on the Facebook side, I would say. So it's kind of just the Facebook ads we need to fix because we're not getting enough lead flow.
Is
My
there something wrong,
ISAs,
is there
sorry.
something wrong with the Facebook ads, or is there something wrong with the expectations you're setting with your clients? Because the only reason why clients churn is because expectations differ than what reality is. So what are you what are you setting? Like what expectations are you setting?
I mean, I'm setting the like basically the of course the it might go down in the beginning until we fix everything, test everything out, right? Stuff like that. But I mean it's on the Facebook side, it's not on the
Your expectation deck?
expectations. I'm sorry.
I see your expectation deck.
I don't yeah, hold on. I just built a new one. Um let me show it to you. But I mean it's on the
How many
Facebook
leads are
side
you how many leads are you generating your clients a month on average?
like maybe like 25, that's the whole problem.
And how much is one lead worth if they close?
Uh, It
What's the
depends on
LTV
the
like that?
service. It depends on the service we advertise, but anywhere between 300 and $1,000.
300 and $1,000.
Yeah. So it's lead flow that's the biggest problem.
How much do you
Uh,
charge?
I just upped my prices to $1,900 including ad spend, which is not smart since my fulfillment is bad, but that might give me some motivation to fix it even further. So I got 3 clients on that right now.
Dude, you don't have a fulfillment problem.
What do you think my problem is then?
Expectation.
Expectations.
Yeah, dude. Listen, you're getting your clients 20 leads a month, 25 leads a month. You're
Yeah.
charging them $1,900. A lead can be worth anywhere from $300 to $1,000. If they're
Yeah.
doing what they're supposed to do, calling their leads, following up with their leads, upselling their leads, um, I mean, ultimately, worst case scenario, they should be able to at least break even with the system. And that's
Yeah.
good enough because then all they need to do is increase ad spend to make profit.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like leads does not like bookings. That's the problem. And
Then
then
the
they deal
client,
with
the
no-show
client,
rates.
then the client needs to book them, and the client needs to improve their show rate. This is why State AI has never and will never offer ISAs,
Yeah,
because we make our clients responsible for the outcome. Right
yeah,
now, so many agencies, you guys are taking all the responsibility for the outcome. And that's just not the reality of the situation. You're not in the office. You shouldn't be the one calling these leads. The client needs to call the leads. The client needs to make sure they show up. The client needs to close them. Your job is simple. Your job is to generate someone who is interested in med spa services. That's it. There's nothing wrong with your fulfillment. There's something wrong with the expectations that you're setting, because you're setting yourself up for failure, because you're telling people that they're going to have success, because you're going to call their leads, you're going to make sure they show up. And quite frankly, no one is going to do that better than the client themselves.
that's
Jared, can I
true.
add something to this?
Sure.
So I'm also in med spa, and I know the challenge Turkel is going through. In the med spa field, like the people don't answer the phone. So most of the time, the med spa owners are complaining that agencies get them these leads and they can't get hold of the leads. And that means they're not getting any return on their investment. And a lot of them are burnt by a lot of agencies because of that. And I personally started offering appointment setting because the appointment setter, all they do is just call, and set appointments. And even they are having challenges getting hold of these leads and booking. Imagine the owners, they're providing services and they don't have time to sit on the phone and make calls. So that is a challenge I'm going through. And I think that's a similar challenge Turkel is going through, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken.
No,
Yeah,
my pickup rate is like 15%. It's bad.
I
Yeah,
totally
it's
hear you.
really bad.
I totally hear you guys. Here's the thing though. There's nothing different about the med spa space and the gym space or the real estate space or the mixed martial arts space. Leads don't pick up the phones in general. And the reason why is because people aren't calling them fast enough. People don't call them enough. People aren't texting them. They're not being creative. Guys, I mean, the problems that any niche is going to have with calling leads. I mean, that's a common problem for any lead gen agency. It's that the clients are going to complain about the lead quality. We face the same things at a State AI. Nothing's different about us versus what you guys are doing in med spa, fundamentally. Right? The people that are selling a home are the people that are going to a med spa place. They're the same lead. A people that goes to a gym is the same person that goes to a med spa facility.
Yeah.
So what's different? I don't think the niche has anything to do with it, number one. This is just leads in general. Are you guys on the same page? Does that make sense? Or do you guys not agree with that?
No, I mean, that makes sense.
So now that
Yeah.
we've covered that, what do you do, right? How do you solve this problem? Because it's a good question, right? We have real estate agents. They're in a listing appointment. They can't call their leads, right? We have, we have so many. There's it's the same thing. It's the same problem. So how have we been able to get our clients not only to call their leads, but show up to their leads' homes and drop off gifts, drive 30, 40 minutes, actually. Let me show you. I don't know how this stuff works. All right, let's go here. Like, what is different about these people? Now, yes, we could say we're getting our leads addresses, but nonetheless, that's the equivalent. There's more effort going to driving to someone's address than it is to call them a bunch of times. Way more effort.
Yeah.
So what's different? It's the expectations that we set with our clients to make sure that they know they have to do this stuff. If they want to be successful, they have to do this stuff. For example, with our agency, right? You can get a lead come in and then the person, you call them once, you call them twice, and they don't pick up. And then what happens? A lot of agency owners forget about that person. They focus on the next lead that comes in. This is not a niche problem. This is a human problem. Humans are going to operate at the lowest level that they're expected. Humans are going to go the path of least resistance. So how do you change human behavior? Well, number one, you raise the expectation. You raise the bar. And when you raise the expectation, when you raise the bar and you say anything below this is unacceptable, humans will now perform at the lowest acceptable level, which is the new bar that you just raised, which goes back to expectations. What expectations are you setting with your clients that says they need to call? And guess what? They can't call. They need to have someone on the front desk. Guess what? If they don't have someone on the front desk, they need to hire someone. Whoop-de-doo. It's business. If you can't do it, someone else has to. Crazy concept, right? Crazy concept. But that's what it takes, guys. That's what it takes. I bet you if you check, number one, are your clients calling in high level? Are you able to see how often they're calling? I promise you, if you have clients that are complaining that leads aren't picking up the phone and you weren't offering ISAs before, I promise you, if you go into their account, I promise you they've called less than 8 times. You know how much we tell our clients to call within the first 48 hours? 8 times within the first 48 hours. Plus they have to drop off a gift. Are your clients doing that? Are they doing the work? I promise you they call twice, maybe 3 times tops.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not working.
Can I just ask what the gift is, Jared?
Yeah, it's a great question. Every client is different. We have a whole master class on like ideas. But I don't know. I think there's chocolates, there's flowers, there's a bunch of stuff. I don't know. It depends on what the client wants to give them. Cool. Did that answer? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely does. Definitely does. Because the only reason I took on ISA was because people were not calling up the leads. Like, that was the only reason I got an ISA. But now people are not picking up the phone. So that's just the next problem. But I mean, it's just kind of in steps. I need to figure everything out.
Then how good is your ISA? Right?
Yeah.
How aggressive are they at calling, at following up? Yeah, how much is your ISA following up? Once again, human behavior, guys, as well as expectations. What expectations did you set with your ISA on what they need to do in order to set the appointment? That's why we don't have ISAs, because if the problem is human behavior, then rather than create more complexity and me have to worry about human behavior and trying to control one of my new team members, I'd rather just control the client's human behavior. It's one less step, because nonetheless, I'm always going to have to control the client's human behavior.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I just think I need to fix the expectations then.
Yeah, dude, that's once again, that is your problem. You need to run ads.
Yeah.
You need to set significantly better expectations, and you need to run ads. You're making $7,000 a month profit. You need to run ads if you want to scale.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Yeah, thank you so much, man.
100%. All right, I got some hands up. Let's go to Marcus. Are you good now? I cannot hear you. Can't hear you.
What about now?
Kinda, yeah.
Kinda better. Okay.
Yeah. Yep, there we go.
Testing. Okay, nice.
Got a lot of different dials, man. You gotta press
Damn, man.
buttons to get your mic working.
Oh, you know why? I had this shit on fucking mute. That's why. Hold on 1 second. 1 sec. All right, can you hear me now?
Yep, that works.
Nice. All right. How you doing, Jared? Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, dude, pleasure. So I think my question was very, very much answered in a large percentage of what you had just said in response to Turko's question. But I guess specific to me, I'm actually running paid ads, and I've spent close to over $2,000 so far over the last 30 days. And I haven't closed a client yet. And it's making me feel very uncomfortable. And a lot of it has to also do with the fact that when I call them, they just don't answer. And I have been following up every single day, calling them 2-3 times a day. Not 8 times in 48 hours, which I will start doing, but maybe 5 to 6 times in 48 hours. And they just screen my calls. And then when I do get on a call, I guess I'm struggling with closing them. And so I'm working on a VSL right now, where I'm recording a video presentation that's on the back end of after the appointment booking. Once it's booked, it takes them to a landing page with a video with like a warm-up demo. And I want to see if that improves the process. But outside of that, what do you recommend?
Do not need a VSL. Don't make a VSL. It's a waste. It's gonna be a waste of your time right now. The reason why is because you're just gonna spend more money on ads. Your problem is not ads. Your problem is not warming up or nurturing your appointments. The problem is sales ability, and persistence. That's the problem. If you want me to be extremely radically honest, which is one of our core values at a Steady Eye, so I'm just a radically honest person. I'm just gonna tell you how it is. So the things that I see right now in your business, number one, 2 to 3 times. That's you're not calling them. Guys, my guys will call you will get probably 5 to 6 phone calls. We're gonna more than quadruple dial you if you don't pick up the phone. We're gonna quadruple dial you. If you book an appointment, you're getting a personalized video saying thanks for booking an appointment or thanks for opting in your information. Super excited to hop on a call and get booked with you. That video is now being sent out via AI, so they can't even tell it's an AI. It's our team, but it's just AI, so that our team doesn't have to manually do it anymore. So new leads will get a video. Appointment to get a video. We're gonna call them aggressively, double, triple, quadruple dial right away. So that's really what it comes down to, guys. Once again, human behavior. No one is doing enough. 2 to 3 times is not enough. That should be that shouldn't 8 times is for our clients. 8 times should be within the first 2 hours, not the first 48 hours. If you want like the way to really win and the way to really succeed, once again, guys, running an agency is super simple. Scaling to 100K is super simple. Most people just aren't doing enough. And it's not your fault. It just comes down to knowing what you should be doing, right? There's a lot of people out there that are like, automate your agency as quickly as possible. It'll be easy. You shouldn't be working in your business, not on your business. Some of that is true, but you have to put in the reps for a long, long time before you can even think about getting any of those benefits. And most people just don't do it because they're looking for the path of least resistance. It's very interesting that this is a common theme. And maybe I should make a masterclass on this, on what I've done, because I've had the same problems, right? I'm not special. What I've done to kind of course correct that. Now, what would I do in your situation? The reason why I say the VSL is important is because we got to figure out what's going on with your sales ability. So first and foremost, my question to you is how many scheduled calls are you taking a month? Or did you take last month?
I've been getting about 1 lead a day. And so out of those, for my B2B ads. And out of those, I would say that maybe 50% of them book an intro call with me.
15 appointments last month. And how long have you been running ads?
45 days.
So you don't have that much data necessarily. What niche?
Roofing.
Roofing. Okay. How quickly are you calling your leads when they come in?
Within the first 5 minutes.
Okay. Are you double dialing?
I'm double dialing them, yes.
Are you triple dialing?
No.
Okay. Try that. Just add that in. Start sending videos to anyone who opts in that you're not able to talk to.
Okay.
And how many appointments have you taken so far? Like actually spoke to and gave an offer?
I would say somewhere between 15 and 20.
15 and 20. Okay. What was the reason as to why all of them didn't close?
The major objection every time is I just met you on the phone. I don't trust you. I'm not comfortable with paying you over the phone a $1,500 retainer right now. Let me think about it, or let me talk to my wife, husband, that usual stuff. And it's always and I always tell them like, okay, look, well, you can pay me $500 now. I can get your ads up and running in 3 days, and then in 3 days you can pay me the balance.
That's not their real objection though. Like you decreasing the price, you could charge them $100 and that's not going to do anything. All that's doing is lowering the barriers to entry. The problem that these people have is that they just don't trust you. It could be $50 and they're not going to give you their card.
Yeah.
It could be $1 and they wouldn't give you the card because they just don't trust you. So number one, we've got to figure out how do we fix that trust. Now the VSL, I understand what you're trying to do with that, but you ultimately you don't need that. Are you going to agency lab sales training calls?
Yes, I am.
Have you gotten calls reviewed yet?
Not yet, no.
Okay. If I were you, are the sales training calls every day still?
For the most part,
Okay.
I
But
believe.
are all your calls recorded?
Yes, they are.
This is all you have to do, and I promise you, this one thing alone will fix the issue. I'm sorry, I should say that. This one thing in conjunction with following up with your people way more, because you're not following up enough. You need to follow up with those people. Send them videos. We send edible. You guys want to see something crazy? All right, I'm going to show you something. Oh. I'm going to show you guys something. So, every week, I get a list from every one of my closers. Where is it? Here we go. Every week, I get a list from every one of my closers with prospects information, and we send out an editable arrangement to them. Boom. You guys know what an editable arrangement is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we take our hottest follow-ups, and I stole this from Grant Cardone because he did it with me. And we take every one of my closers. You know, we have 4 closers. They'll give me 4 or 5 of their hottest follow-ups, and we'll send out, 4 to 5 edible arrangements per closer every single week. That's like 20 edible arrangements. And we attach it with a custom card. So we have this card, and then this little letter. Sorry, not letter. Whatever. This card. You're guaranteed to have a much more fruitful year with the Estate AI Blackhawk program. And we'll keep calling them. We'll leave them a Google review on their page. We will add them to our Facebook group. We'll give them free value. You just follow up more, basically is what I'm getting at. You follow up more. You can send out edible arrangements. But most importantly, show up every single day to a sales training call and try to get one of your calls reviewed every single day. Be the first one to ask for a review, message whoever the sales trainer is, and say, hey, can you review one of my calls today? Be annoying. I want you to be extremely selfish. I don't want you to care about anyone else's calls, and I just want you to get your call reviewed.
Okay.
That one thing alone will work wonders. You'll have a massive improvement in your sales ability. And by following up, you'll get more people back on the calendar to try to get them back on. One thing I want you to send the text blast out. I want you to say, hey, XYZ. One second. I'm going to send you the exact script.
Are you able to send videos through Go High Level, like through a text? How do you send a video when you do it?
I don't know. Our tech guy figured something out. I really, really don't know. This was actually 1 second. This was him yesterday or today coding something, and I was just confused. Like that's just me. I'm just like, what the heck? So I have no idea to answer. I can find out for you, but it requires coding. That's all I know.
Okay, no worries.
Sorry, I'm trying to find the right reoffer text for you. This is important. Oh. Boom. In the chat. Send that out to all the people you've spoken to. Follow up with them. Follow up like crazy. Follow up until they call the cops. Follow up until they call their lawyer. Right? That's how much you should be following up with them. Number 2, sales training every single day. Every single day. Number 3, if you really want to get good, cold call, set appointments so you can talk to more people. Do those 3 things, and I promise you, you don't need the VSL. Don't do that. Do the 3 things that I just mentioned, and maybe not in the next week, maybe not in the next 2 weeks, and you keep spending money on ad spend, I promise you, you will have some massive results. Also, on top of that, are you going to the ad training call every day, the B2B ads training call?
Not every day, but I have been going.
You should be going every single day. You should have your ads reviewed. You should figure out how they can get better results. This is the stuff I was doing, guys. Daily sales training, daily ad review, every single day when I used to, when I was a student in the agency lab. And I would get my questions asked, and I would have a question every single time. How bad do you want it?
Bad.
And that's what you have to do. Was that helpful, man? Did that answer?
Yeah, it was super helpful, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
100%. All right, let's see. Jorge, you are up, sir. What is going on?
Hey, what's going on? Even though we're not an agency, this is a lead generation question. We're home builders. We help home builders like with windows and doors, right? And lately we've been trying to get in contact with like the owners. We just can't find like a reliable way to like get in touch with them. Like, what would you, if you were in charge, like how would you get in touch with them? So we tried ads. We spent a lot of money. We got 0.
What type of company are you trying to get in touch with?
Home builders, luxury home builders.
Okay.
And we're trying to target like the founder, CEO, or the purchasing managers. And so far we're doing emails.
And you've tried ads, like what targeting did you use in your ads?
We did like zip codes, incomes, and that's pretty much it. Just
I would buy a custom list for home. I would buy an email, phone name, just a list, a data list for home builders. I can connect you with a list person if you shoot me a message. Get a custom list and use a custom audience for your ads, or do both custom and lookalike audience for your ads. Get a big list, and that's all you have to do. And yeah, I promise you'll get in touch with home builders. And what a custom list is gonna do that kind of prevents what you were dealing with in the past. Custom lists and a lookalike audience is going to take the data specifically of home builders, luxury home builders, and it's going to run ads to the people that are most similar. For a lookalike audience, it's going to run ads to people that are most similar. And then for a custom audience, it's going to run ads to those exact people.
Okay. All right. Perfect.
That's what I would recommend. Number 2, postcards.
Postcards. Like sending them out to the company or to their home address? I mean, company, I can't even find their address. Never mind.
If you can get their home address, but if not, company. And there's a lot of great postcard companies out there. We send postcards, digital marketing agency. Guys, traditional marketing still works. It's not, it's not as effective or, etc., but it still works. So, yeah, you're sending them postcards on top of that now. Like the list that you buy, set up a custom audience, and then to that same list, take those addresses and send postcards. So now they're seeing your ads and they're seeing postcards. Universal omnipresence.
All right. I think I'm just going to do that. Just keep it like simple. Just do that. Ads and just do the postcards and like an edible with the postcard. Yeah, that's so far. Like an edible? Not edible, but like the what you're doing, like the fruits and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, you can do that, but we do
Yeah.
that mostly for follow-ups. But yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah, since there's not a lot of home builders, I think it'll be worth it.
Gotcha. I thought you were like one of these companies in Denver or Cali.
No.
But I was so
Alright.
confused. All right, cool, man. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, that did. Thank you so much.
That's Sarah.
All
How's
right.
it going?
Hey, Jared. Man, you made it sound like agency's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. The trend is really bad. So, really with the appointment setters, we really emphasize making multiple calls, and they do call like up to 4 times the first day. They send text messages, and I mean, I don't know what to change. I mean, if we push it back to the clients, I know they're gonna call less. So if we're struggling booking appointments with the number of calls that we're making, my worry and my concern is that how are they going to succeed, trying to call themselves. Understand those that have a front desk person, they can dedicate their time just for phone calls, but for the ones that are solo or they just don't have a front desk person, how would they be able to succeed in this?
Once again, I don't believe that 4 times is enough.
The first day?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay.
Really
Like 8 times the first day?
I don't think it's a number. I think it's call until they pick up. That's
See.
genuinely our mentality at a state of the art. It's the mentality our setters have. It's the mentality our clients should have too. They need to
I
keep
guess,
on.
yeah, the concern is will
So
they get annoyed?
well, it's either they're gonna get annoyed or they're gonna book an appointment. I'd rather, or they're gonna get annoyed or they're not gonna book an appointment. I'd rather have someone get annoyed and I know that okay, they're not gonna book an appointment versus knowing that there's a potential lead out there that I could potentially book, but I can't because I'm worried about annoying people. I think one thing that could help with your systems is Alloware if you do have an ISA where they have local presence. So like if you're in the New York area code, if I'm calling, then it's gonna show up as a New York area code. I think that can help. That can be pretty valuable for you. But ultimately, they opted in. They asked for you to
That's
call.
true. Yeah.
They want a phone call. It's not like you're cold calling, you're being spammy. You're just doing what they asked for.
Yeah, that is true. Okay. I'll definitely look into Allaware and I guess just call until they pick up. You mentioned earlier that when they book, one of your nurture processes sending them a video and the AI does that. When you say AI does that, does it just do the sending or does it create the actual video?
Yeah, it creates the video and it sends it.
Can you show me how that is done or what you use to create the video? Like,
It's custom code. We don't use a software or anything. We custom coded it, sends it out. We have a really, really good tech guy. So he just built it for us. It's like an app that he made.
so is it like a video with a person or just a
Yeah,
voiceover?
it's a video with one of our closers. So whoever gets assigned that appointment, let's say it's Joseph or Renee or whoever, right? It's a video of them, hey, blah blah blah, and then there you go. And then it's basically
Interesting. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. Well, thank you so much.
that's not something you guys need, right? For now, you guys can manually do it. I mean, that's what we did for a long.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking about adding more nurture sequences, whether it is for the opt-ins so they can, they would answer or book on their own,
Can you
slash
share
for the
your screen and
appointment.
can you share your sorry to cut you off by the way, but can you share your screen and show me your sequences?
We don't have much in it. The appointment booked, it's just reminders.
Okay.
And then those
What
that
about like
opt in.
what about a lead that doesn't book? Do you have sequences for that?
like they get the first email and
No,
SMS that just say thank you for opting in. Someone will reach out to you. That's all we have right now. So I'm looking to
I
add.
would completely change that because it sounds like every other company.
Yeah.
Guys, everything that I mentioned to you, does it sound like any other company is doing that? No, no one's doing the management, no one's doing a video. So that's the problem. Everyone's trying to do the same thing. Thank you for opting in. That's it's not your fault. That's what's the right word for it? That's normal communication patterns, right? You want to text people like you're talking to a friend. So in this situation, what I would recommend doing is the first text message, the person's name, question mark. It's gonna elicit a response. Yes, who is this? Hey, this is XYZ. You wanted to med spa, right, Sarah?
Yeah.
You were interested in our med spa services. When would be a good time to chat? Also dropping my calendar link below for you. And I would misspell the word calendar, and then automatically a minute later, I would send a text message that spells it the right way with the
With the
asterisk
star. Okay.
star,
Interesting.
and then that's gonna make them realize, oh, this isn't a
This
robot.
real person.
People have a tendency, because the market is so sophisticated, to ignore robotic messages. Like I'll
Gotcha. Yeah.
just delete it from my inbox. I won't even like keep it. I'll just literally, and I don't know if you guys, does anyone else do that? They'll just delete it. Drop a one
I
if you
just
guys.
ignore it.
You just ignore. Okay. Some people will delete it or ignore it. Right. So, you have to stand apart. You got to do it differently.
Okay, I'll definitely do that because we've been getting a lot of stop messages because I guess they realize it's automated and they just say stop. So I'll try to like personalize it and make it look like a real
There you
person
go.
messaging.
Send GIFs, send memes, send emojis.
Can
Make
you
it
do
fun.
that through GHL
Yes, you can.
SMS? Okay,
Yes, you can. Build it into your sequences. We do it.
yeah, I'll do that. Thank you so much, Jared. This was pretty helpful.
100%. I'm glad. Let's see what time. All right, guys. I could stay on. Well, let me just double check my calendar. I can stay up on a little bit longer. Let's go with Nicholas because I was a little late. So, Nicholas, what's up, man?
Hi, pleasure to meet you, by the way. First of all, I was thinking about the offer because I was thinking about changing the offer, and I came up with the idea of offering like the guaranteeing the revenue, if that makes sense, instead of the appointments. And I would like to get your opinion on that.
Doesn't matter what I think. What matters is what the market thinks. So you won't know if it works until you test it. So my recommendation to everyone is test it.
Test it.
Unless I am your ideal client avatar, I cannot give you feedback on it. Now, I'll give you feedback on it, based off what I know, but ultimately my feedback is almost meaningless because I'm not your ideal customer. Stuff that I've thought would work in the past hasn't. Stuff that I didn't think would work has. So you never know. The market really decides. I've had ads that I've spent a lot of money on to produce, like high production values that didn't do well. And I've had ads that I filmed on my phone that crushed it. So once again, we never know. What we think works doesn't matter. The market knows what works because they are the market. So I think you can test it, dude. I think any offer works. I think running ads without an offer works. I don't think the offer is the thing that gets people over the edge. And it's something I've always talked about for a long, long time. It's not the offer. It's you know what? And you just reminded me, Nicholas. It is the content. It's the way that you are getting people's attention. It's your energy levels, right? If you look at our ads at a steady eye, people do not book because we offer and guarantee 10 listing appointments. That is a horrible offer. There are a lot of companies out there guaranteeing way better results, but ultimately people will book with us and we get more appointments simply because we have a significantly better offer. I mean, not better offer, I'm sorry.
Content.
Significantly better content. So I don't think it's the offer, to answer your question.
But you mentioned in ads, and I'm talking more likely into emails, cold emails and stuff. So would you think in this example it would have a significant difference, or
I think that's spammy. If once again you have to test it, but I think anything with email, it's like for me, I used to do cold. I hate cold email, by the way. But when I used to do cold email, it was always like a free audit, or like I was giving something away for free, or like, hey, I'm gonna refer more gym members your way, or something like that. It was never like, hey, I'm gonna guarantee you XYZ results. It's just spammy. I don't think anyone opts into those. I mean, I think people do. The opt-in rate is just so low.
That makes sense. Yep, that's it. Thanks.
100%. Tyler, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Good. How are you?
I don't think I've ever met you, so nice meeting you, man. So I had a couple questions. On your ads, and this just sparked my question earlier. When you run that custom audience and lookalike audience, do you just run it as like a 1%, or do you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and just test all of that?
I'm testing everything, dude.
Okay, cool.
Even if I have a creative that doesn't work on interest-based targeting, I will still test that creative on a different audience.
Okay, that's fair.
Everything gets tested.
Gotcha. And then how often are you changing your ads? Would you recommend every couple of weeks, or just wait until it starts to slow down?
No, definitely. I mean, we're always testing. So for us, we're always running new ads. We never stop.
Okay.
So, sorry, I'm laughing at one of my closers. He just sent me a message. But I would test all the time, man.
Okay. Yeah, because I ran one ad and it was like crushing. I mean, I was getting like $50 demos, and now I'm getting like $60 leads. So I gotta change. I just went and filmed a new ad. I'm gonna try.
No one
Just want to
hears.
get some insight.
Yeah,
Huh?
no one here is filming enough ads. Once again, it's real funny. The common theme of this call is no one here is doing enough, right? No one
Yeah.
is filming enough ads, including myself, and we film a lot of ads. It's just not enough. Everyone should be doing more, and everyone should be filming way more ads. People are really weird about ads and videos. I love it. But most people, it's like no one likes to film for some reason. No one likes to film and no one does it. But you guys should be every week. Anyone that I coach, like privately, I have them. One of the first rules I have for them is that they have to film, like have a set day every week for filming ads and have a videographer on retainer to put more ads out. You want to see something crazy? I'll show you.
Yeah, I just hired a full-time editor.
Amazing. He's got to be really good, right? Because most editors are not. So you have to be.
Yeah.
He's really, really good. Let me show you this because I think this will give you some more context. But did that answer your question, man?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Okay. All right. I want you guys to look at this. Who's gonna be in Miami? Drop a 1 in the chat. If I'm gonna see you in Miami. So this right here, the Nugget lowered his costs per book call from 120 to 60, and now a 3.5x ROAS. And that is simply just by filming more creatives. He did nothing else. He just filmed way more creatives and tested it.
Yeah,
Literally
I feel like I have a pretty
cut it in
good.
half.
I did a 10x ROAS on my first ad. So I think I'm just gonna film it in a different, same script, but just different video.
Yeah, but I would one, man. I would do a lot.
Oh yeah. I think I just filmed like 3 or 4 of them, so I'm just gonna throw them all out there. And then so just to kind of give you some context, like I think it was like about 45 or 50 days ago. The 18th of August is when I started launching ads. Ended up getting up to 28K. My sales coach is telling me that if I want to get to 50K by the end of this month, then I got to spend $8,000 on ads. I'm just wondering how I build that team out in order for that to happen. So what are your thoughts? I have somebody who's going to be doing my onboarding process to kind of streamline that. Should I be having someone do my discovery calls as well? So that way I can focus on just the sales calls?
No, in the beginning, I would do your disco calls too.
Okay.
I think the complexity of training someone to do a good job it's just gonna take too long. Not right now. I don't think you do that right now.
Okay. That's fair. Okay, cool.
Also, it's just gonna make you a much better closer, and your close rate's gonna go up anyways because people are gonna be connected with you on the demo. There's gonna be less friction. Like, who's this new guy? You know, the less
Yeah.
people you can. One of the biggest, and this also affects churn, right? The more people that they have to talk to differently, the higher, the more likely they are to churn. If you can limit the amount of people someone has to talk to, in terms of enrolling and staying in an agency, the better. We don't change CSMs for clients. The CSM stays the same. You know, anyone doing an upsell, the closer is always going to do the upsell. We don't change who's doing what. If it's their client, it's their client. No one else touches it because it's going to
Right.
affect. It's going to affect close rates. It's going to affect all this others.
Who does the onboarding process? Is it the CSM?
Our head of client success does all onboarding processes, and then we have raving fan reps that manage the clients.
Okay. And who or what is the pay structure like for
That's because
onboarding?
we do group onboarding, so it's not like it's a one-on-one where it needs to be more relationship based.
Yeah, it's like I was thinking about that. What's the pay scale for like onboarding? Like what would be a good rate to onboard a client?
What do you mean to pay someone to like do it?
Yeah, to do the onboarding process.
Just the onboarding?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. I don't think I've ever paid for just the onboarding. I mean, it takes an hour to for us. It takes like an hour, 2 hours to onboard someone. It's now $50.
Okay, that's fair. Cool. Sweet, man. Oh, and then the postcard idea, that was actually kind of cool. Do you do this for your clients or entice them to do that same strategy for their prospects?
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, so like when you send out the postcards, to your hot leads that you're getting, do you have your clients do that to their prospects? So like,
No,
I'm in detail niche and I was thinking like, well, what if I could send out the postcards for my client to their leads?
yeah, no, I do not do. We do not do that.
Okay, I think I might try it.
Actually, a great idea. Messaging our head of CS right now.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna try it. Because they have a customer database already. So, I mean, cool.
Great idea. We've thought about that before, but honestly, there's no reason why we shouldn't. And you can upsell people on that actually. So great upsell opportunity right there. Johan, what's up, man? Oh, sorry, Tyler, was that all you had?
Yeah, that I think that's all.
Okay, cool.
Thanks, man.
Johan,
Appreciate it.
of course. Johan, what's up, man?
What's up, Jared? How are you?
What's your question, man?
Yeah, so I had a in-person meeting yesterday with a real estate client. And I pitched 1,500 retainer for 3 months as a trial. But they just came back because I couldn't get them to close. And they said it was too much. So I'm not sure if it's a smoke screen or they
Price
just
is
don't
never an
trust.
objection.
Yeah.
So, why did you hop back on a call with them?
No, I mean, I'm supposed to meet them some more again in person. And I spoke with Wes Foster, and he, like, I kind of was thinking maybe just doing a PIF because originally I kind of had like a informal like meeting with them, and they just kind kind of like said maybe like 800 per month. So that's probably what they're looking for. So I was thinking maybe doing like a 2,500 PIF because I really need the cash flow.
Yeah. So, dude, I would hop back on the phone with them, and I would um I would figure out, hey, what is it going to take to do the deal? That's the question. You know, people say I can't afford it. That's not a good. That's a horrible statement. How can I afford it? Same exact thing with sales. What do we need to do to make this to make this happen? What do we need to do to do business together? That simple question. I used to ask whenever a sale wasn't going to go through, and I've tried everything else. That's the question I would always ask. And believe it or not, most of the time people will give you an answer. And sometimes it's something that you can do, and sometimes it's something you can't. But at least you've exhausted every single resource. So that's what I would get back on the phone and I would ask them that. Listen,
Okay, yeah.
I know for a fact we would crush it for you. So my question is, what is it going to take for us to do business together today? I'm not the type of person that says, hey, we can't do business because of XYZ. I'm going to figure out how we're going to make this happen because I know that this is going to be a long-term relationship and we're going to help you make a lot of money.
And what if they just say like it's the price because they mentioned they had like a lot of expenses already? So I'm pretty sure they're just gonna say it's the money
How
part.
much is this worth to you?
What do you mean exactly?
That's what I'm going to ask them. How much is the system worth to you? If you can generate buyers or listings or whatever you're offering and it works, how much is it worth for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the properties are like 500 to like 2.5 mil, maybe more. So that's a pretty big commission.
There we go. So, Mr. Prospect, how much is this worth for you? Right? Like, what do we need to, if, like, what price do you want to put on this?
Mm-hmm.
And then let them decide the price. How much do you think a system like this is worth? Let them decide the price. Now they're bought in on the price and just go with whatever price they say. Most of the time they will not lowball it. They won't lowball it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean the thing is I kind of need like exactly minimum 1,500 to cover my expenses right now because I'm behind. So that's why I kind of need like something. Otherwise, they're just gonna maybe say like 1,000 or 1,200 or
cool.
like
Then
per month.
then you get 1,000 from them, and then you get another client.
Yeah, but that's kind of risky. I mean,
It's not risky, dude. You're not gonna get the client at $1,500 a month. They already said that.
yeah,
What's
but I
risky?
mean, if I pitched like the PIF model, then it would be 800 per month, and then I would get the cash flow up front.
I mean, dude, you can try that, and I really hope you get it. But if not, then you need to lower your price, get them in because you got to cover your expenses, and then you have to go out there and find other clients, right? If you had a gun to your head and you had to close a deal today, what would you do? You know, what would you do to close that deal? So right now, there's a gun to your head, and you have to ask yourself, what are you going to do to make money to close the deal? I promise you, once you start thinking like that, you'll find a way to find a second person to make sure you're covering your expenses.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
really a choice. I promise you, it is a choice at that point.
Yeah, guess I'll just start dialing up people first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, dude, do it now. Where are you based out of?
Spain, so it's like 9 o'clock in the evening. So that's
Well, it's 3 o'clock in New York. How bad
yeah,
do
but
you?
I mean, I'm targeting like locally.
Okay. What stops you from targeting the US? It's 3 o'clock here. I was targeting locally too when I was in high school. And by the time I got out of high school and stuff, it was already like 4 or 5 o'clock. All the business owners were gone and I could only cold call. So what did I do? I had to call California. They were 3 hours behind. Or Hawaii. Hawaii, they were like 5, 6 hours behind. I wanted to target locally too. I couldn't because of circumstances. How
Yeah, but
bad?
it's still the US, so that's
That's an excuse, dude. How
Mhm.
bad do you? Right? There's nothing. I can go ahead and take clients in Spain. Like what's stop? There's nothing stopping me. It's the same thing. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah, makes
Um,
sense.
Yeah, man. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Jared? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going?
I know you got something coming up pretty soon. How much time do we have?
5 minutes,
Okay,
maybe 10.
so it's just about the test drive thing, and expectations, especially like you were talking about at the beginning. So like, yeah, recent test drives, they just were not bought in whatsoever. Like they called them twice and they're like, these leads suck, basically. Um, I was wondering, like, especially with test drives, like what kind of expectations should be set with them, and like how do we start that relation on a good foot so then one, they're committed to the test drive, because right now I'm just trying to get some testimonials and like build everything up, and ultimately the goal is that if there is some kind of trust objection where they're like, can I speak with one of your current clients, or like um you know just some other things, that I actually have some like proof that I've done this before. You're muted, by the way.
Gotcha. So your question is how do you?
Getting
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The ultimate goal is to actually close clients on like a bigger retainer, because I've been getting quite a few like trust objections where they're like, can I speak to one of your clients and all that stuff? But none of my test drives have been like very successful.
How many have you had?
Just two.
Dude, you don't have enough data. So a few things I built my business off free trials. Like I would not be here without free trials, period. Because I couldn't sell, but I could give something away for free, right?
Hmm.
So I think ultimately, you just need way more. If you could have, and listen, I'm not saying you have to go the free trial route, but if that is the route that you want to go, you need way more than 2 free trials. You have to think about it. For every 10 free trials in the beginning, only one of them is going to convert to a paying client in the beginning. Eventually, you'll get good enough to where you're getting 2, 3 of them to convert. What niche are you in?
I'm in HVAC. I know the picture says different, but yeah.
All right. Look up an HVAC consulting company, partner with them.
Okay.
Partner with them. They will send you leads, and you'll do advertising for their clients, and you could say, hey, I know this is a new relationship. I want to test this out for like the first 5 HVAC companies for free. That was the easiest way for me to get free trials. I was getting free trials left and right from this guy named Jim Thomas when I used to be in the fitness space, and it was great. It was amazing. It's just free deal flow coming in, and all of them would convert to paying clients. Now with the free trials, I mean, you just need more, and you need to set better expectations about what the free trial is about. The free trial isn't the way for them to make money. The free trial is just for you to show them how the system works.
Okay.
That's
Show
all.
them how the system works and just let them know that it's like what, real?
Exactly. Like, hey, I'm not going to take your money and not do anything for you. You're going to get something from it.
Okay.
And then don't give them high level. Right. So, hey, after a free trial, you can get high level. So if you're having a problem calling your leads, getting in contact with them, we'll automatically text them and be able to book them on your behalf with our later on. So you're solving the problem that you created with them with the free trial, which is they're not able to get in contact with the leads. Well, that's what high level is for in the SMS, which that was what changed the game for me. My clients, we were getting auto bookings for our clients that way.
Oh, shoot. Okay, so just to clarify, like, well, number one, it's just to show them that you're a real person, that you're not just run away with their money. But then number two, you don't actually give them high level straight away, because they'll probably have the problem. It's like, oh, these leads can't be contacted, and you're like, well, we have a solution for that. You want to hop on?
Boom.
Oh, okay. Like 7 days, 14 days, like
5 days, 7 days, 5, 7 days. Yeah.
oh wow, okay. And it's not to make profit. So, because like the ultimate goal I'm trying to get to is like obviously like charging like thousands for this. And the reason why I'm looking to do test drives here is to overcome that, like, speak to reference or like the trust objection kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is that an effective way?
I mean, dude, you know what's funny? It's normally psychological, right? Once you get a testimonial, you'll stop necessarily, or once you have someone you can send references to, you'll stop necessarily getting that question. The reason why people are asking that question is because you're not showing enough conviction and confidence on your sales calls. And the prospect can smell that, like a dog can smell fear. A prospect can smell it, and that's what the problem is. Because once you get a reference, you're going to be way more confident, and you're going to stop getting that objection. It happens time and time again.
So basically, on my sales calls, I was showing that I wasn't very confident in this process.
Somehow it was being sub-communicated to the prospect. Yes.
Yeah, we'll have to review the calls then.
Yeah. Are you going
But
to sales training every day?
What was that?
Are you going to sales training every day?
I go to every call that's available on each day.
Cool. And do you get your calls reviewed?
I don't review the calls, but I've heard your advice that you gave to the other person.
There you go. Get your calls reviewed, and you know what's going to happen. Something miraculous is going to happen. Your sales is going to improve as well.
Okay. Fair enough. So I can just basically charge from the get-go.
You could, yeah, and yeah, 100%. Free trials are more for ourselves than for prospects, without a doubt. It's really for us to get our confidence up. At least that's what I use them for.
I guess there's a reason why my confidence didn't show, because those test reps didn't.
Well, those are two people, and the
Right.
expectations were probably several.
Right. Expectations, and then like expect 10% of them to actually convert in the beginning.
100%. And guys, like 2 people is not a strong data set. It's
Right.
not a lot of data. It's no data.
Right. That's fair.
So you really need at least 20 data sets. Here's the reality, guys. Some will do well, some will do okay, and some are gonna think that you're the devil and that you have the worst service and just scam them. No matter, and we have an amazing product that is state of the art, and we still have people that don't do well and still think we're scammers. We have a lot of clients that have a lot of success, but there's always gonna be those people, and it's not your fault. It's because a lot of business owners suck. Number one, that's why most businesses fail. It's because a lot of people are victims, and they're victims to their circumstances. It's nothing on you. Most people suck at business. It's hard. That's the reality. Your job is to make it a little easier. Doesn't mean your job is to
Right.
completely change their life.
Right.
No one can do that. They have to do that themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Right.
Okay. I gotta run. If you need anything, post in the Facebook group. Tag me. More than happy to help. I hope you guys all got value from that call. Much love. Talk to y'all later. Have a good Q4. Peace.
Thanks, Jared.